Pentatonic Box 1 extensions. That's what this lesson is going to be. I've got a couple of new students recently. They've got a little bit of guitar experience, played a few chords. They're interested in starting, lead guitar, a bit of lead blues. So a great place to start is the minor pentatonic. For this lesson, we're going to use the A minor pentatonic, which is where I usually start with students. This is for if you've already learnt box 1 of the A minor. We're going to learn the extensions out of it both ways and extend this scale a little bit just out of box 1, just to give you a bit of movement and a bit more freedom. So it's basically going to be using, so we've learnt box 1, so we're going to be learning part of box 2 and also part of box 5. So this is the run that we're going to be learning today. So it's just like a repeating lick of notes, and we're going to put a slide in there as well just to make it a bit more interesting. So where we've been learning box 1, we've been starting on the 5th fret of the low E with our first finger. We're now going to grab that same note with our 3rd finger, which is going to put us behind box 1. We're still going to start off with that root. So we're playing low E on the 3rd fret, A note, and then we're going to come over with our first finger. This, by the way, this exercise is 1st and 3rd fingers only. That's the only fingers we're going to use for this lick, this run. So 3rd finger on the low E, A root. Then 1st finger is going to grab the A string, 3rd fret. Then we're going to grab the 5th fret of the A string, which is in box 1. I'm going to slide up to the 7th fret with the same finger. So we're going to get that. So for a slide, you need to, we're going to pick and then slide into the 7th fret with the same finger, but we're not going to pick the 7th fret. We want to sound it by sliding into it. So that's the extension going into box 1, and that puts you in box 1 that you've been used to practicing. That's the extension. Then you go up to the root there. So that's the first part of it. Root. Root. Make note in your head or shout them out where these roots are. So you've got root. Got that slide in, and then 1st finger over to the 5th fret, and then 7th fret D string is another root. Then we're going to do that lick, exact lick again, but up an octave. So we're going to start again on this, where we finish on that root. We're going to hit that root again. And then we're going to do the exact same thing, same notes. Up an octave. So once we get to that root, we're going to pick it again. So we're still in box 1. We're going to pick the root, then 5th fret, 1st finger of the G, and then again we're going to slide up. When we get to the 7th fret on the G string with our 3rd finger, we're going to slide up to the 9th fret. So it's exactly the same as what you did here. We start again. But what we need to do now is we need to stretch in a bit. So stop with that finger there, 3rd finger, and we're not going to this note here on the 7th fret of the B. We're going to scoot up and do this like finger switch, and we're going to grab the 8th fret with our 1st finger, B string, and then reach over and naturally put your 3rd finger down, 10th fret of the B, and that's where you have another root. That's the extension out of it into box 2. That's part of box 2. So again, so remember 3rd finger, when We'll get to that A string, fifth fret, sliding up to the 7th. And then just coming down the pentatonic on the D string, 5th, 5, 7, root. Then we're going to start that lick again by picking this root again. Oops. So when we've slid up on the G string from the 7th to the 9th with our 3rd finger, remember we don't grab that note, it's going to be bad. We've got to come over to the 8th fret B string with our 1st finger, and then get the 10th. Puts you into box 2. So it's already starting to sound a bit more like a lick, a bit bluesy, rather than just going up and down this pentatonic. Practicing it coming backwards might be a bit awkward at first, so just practice it, 100,000 times, just going down, and get commit it to muscle memory. Then you can we'll start working on doing it backwards. I'll do another lesson for that. Again, super slow. 1st and 3rd fingers only. Root to root. 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 This 10th fret of the B string is another A. So you've got A, A, A. If you want to get a bit more adventurous with that, we can also do, the scale also goes 8-10, where we've gone here. We also could do 8-10 on the high E, sort of same frets. That takes you higher, but it's a good way to finish it off. When you get to that 10th fret root, grab the 8th fret with your 1st finger, and then back to the root on the 10th fret of the B. And that kind of sort of wraps it up as a lick, rather than ending on the 10th fret of the high E, sounding like this. It sounds like it needs to do something else, so we're going to resolve it. Finish on that root. And that's the extension, in and out. If you want to just come up, back, another good way to sort of practice this with this first part of the extension is, if you're practicing the pentatonic, when you're coming back up, and you get to the 7th fret of the A string with your 3rd finger, slide back, then drop back to that 3rd fret, and then 3rd finger on the A root of the low E. And then you can go back down the extensions. The next lesson, if you practice that just coming up and down, you don't have to be fast. Remember, slow and precise is key, because that's how you'll build up speed, is by doing things, slowly and accurate. If you have a backing track on, go on YouTube and just get an A, boogie, jam track. You can practice this stuff over the top and it sounds great. start speeding it up and flying around, it sounds pretty cool. Right, cool, hope that helps. If you want private lessons, just give me a shout. You can email me. I also do face-to-face in Cape Town. Any questions, just let me know.